Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. KODY banned for life. Judge exposes secret court order, Coyote Pass and no longer his. In a shocking turn of events that has left Sister Wives fans reeling, court insiders are whispering about a secret order that has completely stripped Kody Brown of his most prized possession, control of Coyote Pass. For years, the sprawling Arizona property symbolized Kody's dream of finally building a grand, unified family compound, but the dream has unraveled piece by piece as his marriages crumbled and his control over the family slipped away. Now, it seems that the final nail in the coffin has been hammered down by none other than the legal system, as reports claim that Kody has been effectively banned from overseeing or reclaiming ownership of the land, with the court's ruling permanently severing his ties to the property he once boasted would be the Brown family legacy. According to whispers from those close to the proceedings, a judge allegedly uncovered questionable actions surrounding Kody's handling of financial documents, land agreements, and even his dealings with Robin, leading to a stunning ruling that blindsided him and left the rest of the family both shocked and oddly vindicated. The court documents, said to have been sealed to the public but leaked in fragments, apparently reveal that Kody's stake in the property was not as secure as he had led his family and fans to believe, and that his constant redivision of the lots, his refusal to sign over equitable shares to Mary, Janelle, and Christine, and his favoring of Robin's interests triggered red flags that eventually drew legal scrutiny. For years, fans have speculated that Kody was mismanaging the family's finances, funneling resources into Robin's million-dollar mansion while leaving the other wives to fend for themselves in rentals, RVs, and unstable housing situations. But this supposed court order may finally expose just how deep the imbalance ran. The alleged ruling reportedly states that Kody can no longer make executive decisions regarding Coyote Pass, cannot attempt to restructure or redivide the land, and is effectively barred from building on or benefiting financially from it ever again. A stunning fall from grace for a man who once used the property as leverage to control his wives and maintain the illusion of a united front. What makes this revelation even more explosive is that sources claim Janelle and Christine were quietly informed of the outcome weeks ago, and that Mary, who has long been vocal about her frustrations with Kody, has privately celebrated the news as a symbolic victory. Imagine the irony. After years of Kody dismissing his wives' concerns, invalidating their voices, and positioning himself as the patriarch with ultimate control, a single ruling has apparently stripped him of the very power he wielded over them. Fans on social media have been quick to point out that karma has finally come full circle, with one viral comment noting, "Kody built his identity around Coyote Pass and now he's banned for life. It's poetic justice." But the story doesn't stop there. Rumors are swirling that the court's intervention may have been prompted not only by financial mismanagement, but also by internal disputes among the Browns themselves. Some insiders suggest that Janelle, who walked away from her marriage feeling like she had nothing, may have provided testimony or documents that cast doubt on Kody's version of events. Christine, too, who has rebuilt her life in Utah and has found happiness with David Woolley, is said to have little interest in returning to Arizona but allegedly supported efforts to prevent Kody from monopolizing the property for Robin's benefit. Mary, meanwhile, who has always been on the fringes of the family since her catfishing scandal and Kody's rejection of her, has reportedly expressed relief that the land is no longer in his grasp, seeing the decision as a release from years of manipulation. Robin, however, is rumored to be devastated, with sources claiming that she believed the land was the last hope for her and Kody to rebuild a family legacy after the other wives walked away. In past episodes of Sister Wives, Robin was adamant that the family should stick together and build on Coyote Pass, but with this alleged ruling, her dream of living side by side with Kody and her children has gone up in smoke. The backlash online has been intense, with fans accusing Robin of enabling Kody's downfall by pushing him into reckless decisions, while others argue that Kody himself is solely to blame for his obsession with control and favoritism. What's undeniable is that this supposed ban from Coyote Pass represents more than just the loss of land. It symbolizes the collapse of everything Kody tried to build as the patriarch of a polygamous empire. Once, He had 4 wives, 18 children, and the illusion of unity. Now he is down to 1 wife, fractured relationships with many of his kids, and, according to reports, no claim to the property that was supposed to secure his legacy. It's a humiliation unlike anything he has faced before, and fans are questioning how he will recover. Will KODY attempt to fight the ruling? Some legal experts suggest he may try, but others point out that if the judge truly issued a permanent ban, his chances are slim. Could this finally push KODY and Robyn to abandon Flagstaff altogether and move elsewhere? If so, it would mark the end of an era not just for the Browns but also for the Sister Wives franchise, which has long centered its narrative around the family's dream of building homes on the Arizona land. The implications for the show are massive. Without Coyote Pass as a backdrop, what storyline remains for KODY and Robyn beyond the wreckage of their relationships? Meanwhile, Janelle, Christine, and Mary are thriving in their independence, building new lives that stand in stark contrast to KODY's downfall. Christine is basking in her marriage to David, Janelle is focusing on her health and self-discovery, and Mary is embracing her single life while dropping cryptic yet empowering posts online that fans interpret as thinly veiled jabs at KODY. Each of these women once tied their futures to Coyote Pass because KODY convinced them it was the family's destiny, but with KODY banned for life, it's clear that destiny has shifted elsewhere. Social media platforms are buzzing with hashtags like #CoyotePassNoMore and #KODYBannedForLife, reflecting just how much fans see this as the ultimate comeuppance. Even longtime viewers who once defended KODY are struggling to sympathize, pointing out that he made his bed by alienating 3 wives and prioritizing 1, only to lose everything in the end. The secret court order, if true, not only exposes the fragility of his plans but also serves as a cautionary tale about control, favoritism, and unchecked ego. TLC has remained silent on the matter, perhaps waiting to incorporate the fallout into the next season, but insiders suggest the network is scrambling to figure out how to spin the story for maximum drama. After all, nothing drives ratings like scandal, and KODY losing Coyote Pass forever might be the most dramatic twist yet in the long history of Sister Wives. For now, the Brown family is in uncharted territory, with one chapter definitively closed and the next uncertain. But one thing is clear. The land that was once supposed to unite them has instead become the symbol of their ultimate fracture, and KODY's ban for life will be remembered as the final unraveling of a polygamous dream gone disastrously wrong. The revelations about KODY being permanently banned from Coyote Pass are shaking the Sister Wives universe like never before, and the layers of fallout are only beginning to show themselves. To understand the magnitude of this development, one must rewind to the origins of Coyote Pass itself, when KODY sold the dream of one big house and unity to his 4 wives, convincing them to uproot from Las Vegas and stake everything on a piece of rugged land in Flagstaff, Arizona. At the time, he framed it as a new chapter of prosperity and togetherness, but now, in hindsight, many fans argue that it was a calculated move to tighten his grip on the women by binding them to property that only he truly controlled. That alleged control has now backfired in spectacular fashion, because if the secret court order is real, it means that the man who once proclaimed himself the architect of the family's future no longer has even a sliver of authority over the land. Court insiders reportedly hinted that the case involved multiple complaints from different parties, and while names remain confidential, speculation is rampant that at least one of KODY's former wives supplied testimony or documentation that undermined his claim of fair ownership. Janelle, for example, has been vocal on the show about investing her own money into the property, even showing frustration when she had to live in an RV because KODY delayed building plans, all while funneling time and resources into Robyn's house. For Janelle, losing Coyote Pass might feel less like a defeat and more like a liberation, because she once admitted that her greatest stress came from feeling trapped in Arizona with no way to secure her own future. Christine, too, may have indirectly played a role, since her departure and relocation to Utah sent a powerful message that she no longer wanted any part of KODY's dream, and fans believe she could have supported legal measures that exposed inconsistencies in his land arrangements. Mary, meanwhile, has nothing left to lose when it comes to Coyote Pass, since Kody had already admitted on air that he never intended to build her a home there, despite her equal buy-in at the beginning. If she had the opportunity to stand against him in court or quietly support a ruling that erased his control, it's no stretch to imagine her seizing it as poetic justice. And then there's Robin, whose devastation cannot be understated. Her entire hope for the future was tied to the land, as she often spoke about raising her children alongside Kody's other kids, even clinging to the fantasy that one day they would all reconcile and build homes side by side. The alleged ban obliterates that fantasy, leaving her stranded with a husband who has lost not only his wives, but also the very legacy he used to manipulate them. It's a dramatic reversal of fortune, one that fans online have gleefully dubbed the Robin effect, suggesting that her influence pushed Kody into decisions that ultimately detonated his control. But the deeper issue lies in how Kody himself may have triggered the legal disaster by overreaching. Reports suggest that the judge found troubling irregularities in how Kody filed financial paperwork and possibly in how he represented ownership percentages among the wives. If he indeed attempted to secure the lion's share of authority by placing Robin in a favorable position while downplaying the contributions of Mary, Janelle, and Christine, that could have set the stage for a legal reckoning. To make matters worse, whispers suggest that Kody's arrogance in court, his insistence that he alone was the rightful steward of Coyote Pass, may have rubbed the judge the wrong way, leading to a stricter-than-expected ruling that not only removed him but permanently barred him from reclaiming control. The language of banned for life is particularly damning, and fans are speculating about whether it refers solely to Coyote Pass or if it also extends to broader financial dealings tied to the family. Imagine the irony. A man who once declared himself the leader of his polygamous household now stripped of any legal footing in the one project he touted as his crowning achievement. This is more than just the loss of land, it's the obliteration of his identity. Fans have pointed out the almost cinematic quality of the downfall, comparing it to a Shakespearean tragedy where the king, blinded by pride and favoritism, loses everything because of his own hubris. Social media is overflowing with commentary, with viewers posting side-by-side clips of Kody proclaiming Coyote Pass as the family's future, next to the leaked reports of his banishment. The memes are savage, but the underlying sentiment is clear. Audiences see this as justice long overdue. TLC, for its part, has remained silent, though insiders speculate the network is foaming at the mouth to capture the fallout on camera. Imagine the ratings if Season 19 features Kody being confronted with the reality that the land he lorded over for years is gone forever. Fans are already predicting that Robin will break down on camera, blaming everyone but herself, while Kody spirals into another tirade about betrayal. Meanwhile, the ex-wives will likely be filmed celebrating their independence, drawing sharp contrasts between Kody's crumbling authority and their newfound freedom. Beyond the personal drama, the alleged ruling has practical implications that may reshape the entire family dynamic. Without Coyote Pass, there is no central hub for the Browns, no final gathering place that Kody once envisioned. Janelle may finally feel justified in putting down roots wherever she pleases, without the nagging fear of losing her investment in Arizona. Christine is already thriving in Utah, her life with David Woolley proving that happiness doesn't require Kody's approval or his land. Mary, too, can now focus entirely on her businesses and travels, free from the false hope that Kody would ever grant her space on the property. The women, in essence, have been unshackled by the same legal system that stripped Kody of his authority, and the timing could not be more symbolic. Fans are even speculating that this may mark the beginning of the end for Sister Wives as a whole, since Kody's storyline has always revolved around controlling his family's trajectory through the promise of Coyote Pass. Without it, what does he have left to offer viewers besides bitterness and self-pity? Some argue that TLC may pivot to focus more on Christine's new life, Janelle's transformation, and Mary's independence, relegating Kody and Robin to the sidelines. Others believe TLC will milk Kody's downfall for all it's worth, positioning him as the fallen patriarch grappling with humiliation. Either way, the court ruling has shifted the narrative forever. On a deeper level, This ban represents something profoundly symbolic in the story of the Brown family. It's the clearest possible sign that the patriarchal control Kody once wielded is dead and buried. For decades, he used religion, persuasion, and property as tools to maintain dominance, but the wives have one by one rejected his authority, and now even the courts have effectively echoed that rejection. What began as a story of polygamy and unity has morphed into a saga of independence, resilience, and karmic justice. Fans are calling it the final chapter of Kody's empire, noting that his vision of being remembered as a powerful family leader has instead been replaced by the image of a man left with nothing but one loyal wife, a fractured legacy, and a lifetime ban from the land he once idolized. In the end, the secret court order doesn't just erase Kody's hold over Coyote Pass. It rewrites the very ending of the Brown family story, ensuring that history remembers Kody not as the patriarch who built a legacy, but as the man who lost it all because of his pride, his favoritism, and his refusal to listen to the very people he claimed to love.